considering people join at Indian Standard Time. So just for the information of everyone, this meeting is also being streamed live on YouTube. So can everyone please type in where they are from, and if they are students or professionals, can you please start typing in? Those of you who have not introduced yourself, if you can let us know the city from where you are, and if you're a student also, the course that you are part of. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for typing in. We will start in another couple of minutes now. Thank you, Chelsea. Okay, from Ahmedabad. Great to know. What's your profile, Chelsea? That will help us to communicate with you better. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Manoj. So we have people from different corners of the country joining with us today. Oh, amazing. Thanks, Chelsea, for joining. I think she's our GPI intern also, as Sudhi's mentioned. So thanks for joining, guys. We have 1 more minute to start. We'll just allow everybody to join in quickly. I think we have now everybody is starting to join. So team, are we okay to start in a minute? If I can get a confirmation. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Smitesh. Thank you, Priyanka.
Actually, I think people are joining in, so I think we should just give them some more time to join.
Okay.
Right. So that, we are all on the same page when we start.
Are we okay with that? Sorry, Tushar, because then Sudhin also has a hard stop. So I was just thinking from that side as well.
Yeah, I can extend it to maybe 7:35 or something.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sudeep. That's kind. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we'll start another 5-10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes. We'll give maybe a couple of more minutes and we will.
Okay. Sure.
Just because I can see that people are just joining now. So there are quite a few who are joining now. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks to everyone who has joined and are being patient. Let's just allow our other members to join as well. Okay, just few seconds and I am starting then. Hope everybody is able to hear me properly and are also able to see the presentation. If anyone is having any problems, please type in now in the chat. Okay, great. Then I am starting with the session. Once again, to all of you who've just joined, welcome to this workshop presented by Cloud Counselage Pvt Limited in association with CCGC Foundation. The new rules of building in the era of AI. So today everyone is pretty much talking about AI. So no surprises with this topic, right? It's pretty much the okay. You guys want me to start from? Start again since you guys are recording it. I can welcome people again, no problem.
No,
All
no.
right, thank you guys.
Just carry on, Harshada. By mistake, I just pressed that button. Sorry about
No problem. Fine then. All right, so guys, as I was mentioning, there is no surprise to this topic because everybody is talking about AI. We've got some thought-provoking statements also coming up every now and then. Just to list one of them is from Puneet Chandok, the president of Microsoft India and South Asia. He was mentioning that somebody who's trying to start their business now or in the coming years would have machines as one of their co-founders, which was a very bizarre statement then, but we realize now, why he's saying that. Another statement was coming from the CEO of GitHub, where he was mentioning about AI actually writing 90% of codes in the next 2 to 5 years. There are many more statistics also regarding the adoption, regarding talent and skill shifts, expectations, low maturity, so on and so forth, and some studies as well. One of such studies says that 78% of organizations are actually rushing to deploy AI in at least one of their business functions, right? So while all of these statements, statistics, studies are going around, we also need to see what the results are for this. And to my surprise, I'm not sure how much it would surprise you, but 75 to 95% of enterprise AI projects are failing. It could be to get the impact or to actually even go into the production. Now, as somebody who is trying to build an application or a process, a business process, or even somebody who is an entrepreneur trying to start their own venture, which could be based on AI, we need to understand how these AI projects or AI ventures or AI ventures based on AI, would help us or rather would move forward. And we need to also understand the reasons behind this 75 to 95% of failures so that we learn from them and then actually try to implement things in a better manner. And while we were studying all of this, we realized it is the lack of structured approach that predominantly is resulting in these sort of failures. And pretty much today, we thought that we will talk about this and set everyone up to leverage technology to get the desired benefits, get the benefits that we are actually looking for without failing, or at least reducing the probability of failing. And that's why we have today's session, where we are starting with the keynote address from an illustrious expert from the AI, DeepTech, and quantum field, who will set the context for us to help us understand about what that landscape looks like and how do we actually deal with the things that are happening there and reduce the kind of mistakes that we are making. Further, we will try to see how we can adopt a builder's mindset so that we can deal within this AI era, or we can be successful within this AI era. We will also be sharing some tools with you so that you can set a direction for yourself with the vision statement, so that you can achieve these desired benefits that we are talking about. And this is a workshop, so we want you to get something out of it. We want to ensure that you are not only listening to whatever we are saying, but actually implementing things. And by the end of it, there is an a, outcome that you can use moving forward, or we want to set certain things for you that you can take along with you when you leave this particular workshop. So we want you to discover, we would want you to validate, redefine, and also be able to communicate your vision by the end of this workshop. So that's the whole objective of this particular workshop. Now, I am the host for today, Harshada Tupale. I'm the co-founder and CEO. And since we were talking about lack of structured approach, for last 20 years, I have been supporting organizations across 120 countries to deliver projects with a structured approach. And that brings me to this session as well, so that I can help you also discover your vision by taking a structured approach towards everything that you're doing. Now, this is possible because of Cloud Counselage, which is an award-winning IT and management consulting company that is trying to bring millions of global jobs to India and thereby reduce the global talent shortage. Cloud Counselage is ranked amongst the top 50 companies in Maharashtra and recognized to have the best team culture. If we are talking about LinkedIn platform, we have almost 2.5 lakh followers and ranked 8th and come in fact at the top. That's in fact the top 10 in the consulting industry. We also have great reviews on Google and Glassdoor. You can always visit our page and see on the platforms as well. And this particular vision of bringing these global jobs to India is led by a team of founders who have delivered consulting projects across 150 plus countries. So today in this session, we have Tushar, who is leading the vision. I am supporting him with execution. With me, we also have Smitesh Shah, who is the Chief Technology Officer, and Dr. Sudhin Baraukar, who is the Chief AI Officer. Last but not the least, our very own CHRO, Sudhi Shridankar, who is very instrumental in helping you guys to get those career vision or the career benefits that you want to get for yourself, right? And together we all are trying to build a team, trying to build a workforce that can help us to deliver these projects that we want to bring to India, and also are looking for ecosystem partners who can strengthen our ecosystem and strengthen the way we are facilitating our services. So by 2030, we want to build a workforce of 1 million plus, and also a pool of ecosystem partners of 1 million plus, so that we can achieve our vision. All of these activities are done through the industry academia community, which are free for a cause initiative by us, wherein we connect individuals, that is college students, professionals, companies, and colleges globally. So if you're seeing this particular image, in the background, you see various blue dots. These are the locations from where we have all our community members. So in the last 3 years, we've been able to support 5 lakh individuals from 78 different countries, and this is all organic. And moving forward, we want to strengthen this community to make it 100 million professionals strong, 10 million plus companies strong, and bring in about 1 lakh colleges with whom we can work and work towards this cause, in fact, of eradicating unemployability and empowering the youth of the country and, in fact, across the globe as well. Now, what happens within this community? We support individuals throughout their career life cycle through various activities, including the webinars and workshops that we are doing today, career guidance, internship opportunities, job opportunities, entrepreneurship support, all of this under one roof, just for this cause of eradicating unemployability and making opportunities available for you for a better career. Now, while we do all of this, today's session is pretty much a part of this. This is our first session within the series of webinar, wherein we are actually trying to work with you to help you guys take a structured approach towards your career goals, towards your career vision. And we believe that the first thing starts, everything starts with a vision, because once we have the right direction, all our efforts will be yielding optimized benefits for us. And for taking this session forward, we couldn't have had anyone better than Dr. Sudhin Baraukar. He's an illustrious expert from the field of quantum, AI, and DeepTech as well. He's a scientist, a world's top ranked technologist in these fields, and he has got more than 30 years of experience in engineering innovation, and he has been at the forefront of digital transformation in the companies like SBI, IBM, Barclays, and GE, to name few. So welcome, Sudhin, to this session, and over to you, Sudhin.
Thank you, Harshada. So welcome all. Wish you all a very warm welcome. I'm Dr. Sudhin Baraukar. Welcome to today's world where one single prompt has triggered off a $5 trillion investment in hardware, software, tools, models, data centers. This is the largest investment in tech history, and it's not only holding, it's even rising even more. And this gives us a fantastic opportunity to build next generation, I call it automated, autonomic, agentic systems, which will be completely contactless, seamless, and truly transformational. It represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It also represents how we completely change the way we approach software development and engineering. Gone are the days where we have been building code, lots of code. I remember in large banks, we have built up so much code. We don't even know where the code repositories are. We don't even know the governance of those code repositories, right? Of course, in the banks I've worked with, you can be rest assured that we have it very well managed. But with this quantum AI, right, is completely changing the way we develop models. I have developed a pilot in 1 week, a MVP in 1 month, and a full-fledged enterprise app in 3 to 4 months. That's the speed at which we can leverage these latest and greatest of technologies. So I have used the Gen AI stack that is across the Gen AI stack that is across the RAG, data pipelines, knowledge graphs. And then I've combined them with quantum, wherein for a deep dive analysis, I'm using AI plus quantum to build our next generation super apps. The great part is whatever Harshada has described as part of the great initiative that she and the founders have taken over, have done this for the last many years. That includes Harshada, Smitesh, Tushar, and Subhi. And of course, I'm now very much a part of the integral team. We have built this entire Cloud Counselage app as a super app. within ourselves, native first. This is the world's first AI quantum super app for branding, hiring, and learning. Right? Nowhere in the world have they done this. Right? What we are going to do is we are going to process. And let me share a few of the snapshots. Can I do that, Harshada? Or you have some questions for me to take on?
No, you can try to share your screen. Smitish, can we allow Sudhir to share?
Sorry?
Yeah, he will have that.
You should be able to share your screen, Sudhir.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Can everyone
Yes,
see
we
my
can
screen?
see your screen. Yes.
Okay. Right, so here we see our AI quantum super app for Cloud Counselage, for the Dolphin Tank India, for the Dolphin scoring, for the GPI evaluation, for the Ideathon evaluation. The entire scoring is built up using our AI quantum. We've already implemented this. We've also built up the entire app security from day zero. This is the entire security stack, the alignment to DPDP, India Digital Act, Digital Protection, Data Protection and Privacy Act 2023, IT Act and certain data principal rights, very, very important. We've also done that. And we've also built up, we are also now building up the entire CRM, sales, everything native first, native AI and quantum first. So whatever Harshada and the founders have discussed and claimed, we've already put it into the practice. And that's what the world wants. AI native and deep tech native applications. Okay. Think of quantum. Everyone knows AI, Gen AI. We know the stack. Think of quantum as we all learned signals, right? We all learned signals in school, right? Sine wave and cosine wave, right? We all did STEM in school, right? So this is where the quantum basically does the analysis of the signal and then transforms that into the different models and AI inferencing. That's the power of quantum. I just recently read, and this is very important, that one of the most legendary and iconic companies in the world, and Tushar and Harshada and Smitesh will all know about what I'm talking about. AT&T, right? AT&T is one of the largest telecom companies in the world, the founder of the Bell Labs, which invented the transistor and fiber optic and all these great innovations. They have started using quantum. If you just Google AT&T D-Wave, a space D-Wave, they have started using quantum networking algorithms to improve their network efficiency by 240 times. This is public news. This is how important is deep tech to our nation, to our students, to the academia, to the faculty, to founders, to co-founders, to startups, to entrepreneurs, right? So this is going to be, we are already the application digital transformation capital of the world. We may not be the hardware or the chip capital of the world. We have launched huge transformations as head of innovation at State Bank of India. I benchmarked our core banking systems at 24,000 transactions per second, 1.5 billion transactions a day. This covers more than 500 million customers and 700 million plus accounts. This is the world's most advanced, scalable, state-of-the-art, cutting-edge, bleeding-edge core banking system in the world, developed in India by Indian technologists. We went a step ahead. We also launched Yono, which is a digital lending super app, which can automate and make autonomic the entire digital lending process. There are more than 100 million users now, right? So this is already happening. We are already the application digital transformation deep tech capital of the world. And now with the help of AI and quantum, we can make solutions very fast. We can do a deep dive. We can figure out more than 1 billion signals across. We can now figure out 1 billion. We can process more than 1 billion signals across branding, hiring, and learning. Process it through our engines, our super app, which has more than 100 plus functions. And then make available in real time or near real time all these job opportunities, these AI nudges, the quantum states, the inferencing, right? So this is a great way of building, transforming the next generation products through models, AI quantum models, and which can increase the technical vitality index of the entire nation. Our entire nation is going to start using AI and quantum, build our own SLMs, internal SLMs. We are not going to be dependent on any foreign or rival country LLMs rather. We are going to build our own specific AI quantum super app SLMs for India specific and global specific jobs, hiring, learning, and branding. Okay. So I wish all the very, very best. And we are all out there to help you. We are all out there to mentor you all. We are all out there to make you all ensure that you all conquer the world. Otherwise, we will get conquered. Right. So please reach us to all of us, and wish you all the very best in your careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhin. That was insightful indeed, as always. It's always a pleasure to hear you and hear you talk about deep tech and quantum with so much of passion. So I'm sure there will be many questions that these guys might have. So all the attendees, if you have any questions, please let us know towards the end of the session, and we will, Sudhin, since Sudhin has a hard straw, we will, let him go at this moment, but we will surely get all your questions answered. So thank you, Sudhin, for making time for this particular session and sharing all the insights with the participants. Thanks a lot. You're on mute, Sudhin. We are unable to hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry, I'll try to rejoin back at 8:15 and take
Amazing.
up any questions.
That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sudhin. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible to everybody now, the presentation. Moving forward from, after getting these insights from Sudhin, I hope it kind of gives you a sense of how the landscape is and what the possibilities are. As Sudhin mentioned, that with AI, quantum, and deep tech, the speed with which we can develop things or with which we can execute things have really improved. The speed is very high, and indeed the world has changed when we are talking about AI. And when the world is changing, obviously the rules are also changing, and we have some new rules where initially, like Sudhin mentioned, we were looking for capital, large teams, more of technical resources and long development cycles. Now in the AI era, we have AI co-pilots, right? Like the co-founders that we were talking about, Puneet Chandok's statement. There are no-code tools that can be easily used to create applications. We have a global reach now due to the globalization across, and there is faster prototyping, as Sudhin also mentioned, and there is near zero experimentation. We can test our products at nearly no cost. So with all of these things, we need to operate also in a different way. So since we are talking about AI making everything faster, or helping everyone build faster, what do you think then will be the competitive advantage for all of us in this AI era? I do not need answers, but I want you guys to spend a minute to think about what could be the one thing out of all of this that will give us a competitive edge. Uh, think about it. Keep this question in your mind, and we will revisit this towards the end of the session. I hope by then you will get the answer to that. Now, while we are trying to deal with or work with new rules, builder's mindset is something that is going to come to our rescue. Now, what exactly is builder mindset? Some of the characteristic of having builder mindset is you need to create opportunities. The individuals with builder mindset are not somebody who wait for the opportunities to come. Now, when we are saying you have to create opportunities, it need not necessarily mean that you have to start something on your own or you have to be a startup founder for this. No. Irrespective of whether you are a job seeker or you are an aspiring entrepreneur or an experienced professional or even an experienced founder, these are the things that you need to imbibe so that you will be successful in the AI era. All right. So when we are talking today, things might be not just relevant for the founders, but it is also for the individuals who are trying to seek job or trying to build something for the organization that they work for. All right. So starting thing one is obviously create opportunities. We need to focus on the possibilities. What could be the options that are available? What are the things that we can do? We should be ready to experiment to find the answers. We should be ready to learn from the failures instead of getting bogged down by the failures. We need to create solutions for the problems that exist. We need to be comfortable with uncertainty, right? And instead of blaming the uncertainty, we adapt to that uncertainty and then flourish within that and build and test the ideas. We need to keep doing things, we need to keep taking actions so that we can reach or get the desired benefits that we want. So these are predominantly the characteristics of an individual with a builder mindset. Now, for somebody who currently might not have all the characteristics, how do we start building these qualities within us, right? So some of the things that you need to imbibe, first of all, is vision thinking. What is the future that I would want to create? You need to ask this question to yourself, think about it, and then operate accordingly. We need to be somebody who is obsessed with the problem. We need to identify a problem which is worth dedicating our number of years to. So when you are looking at something, you should be comfortable spending few of your next years, maybe 5 to 10 years over the period of time. You should be able to dedicate that time to solving that problem. You should be biased for action. Now, what that means is you do not need to wait for everything to be perfect. So don't wait till you have a perfect skill to start something, working on a project, or starting on some initiative. You need to start with small things, start with whatever you have, and eventually as you work on it, you will find out ways to improve yourself. So you create something at the start, it might not be perfect, you improve it and then enhance it. So I would like to add one example here. Just very recently, as I mentioned, that we have a lot of activities that we do as part of ISC. So we have one such initiative, which is Global Professional Internships. We had one individual who was just the first year diploma student, and he joined the internships and he developed the entire project without even knowing what that particular domain was when he started. And he learned everything. He did a project in web development. He learned everything about web development in those 2.5 months time that he spent with us. And then at he had delivered a fantastic project which was running. I mean, the code was running. We could utilize that particular project that he has created. So he did, if he would have waited for himself to learn things, become perfect, and do or build a project, he might not be able to move forward. But because he started building something, he was able to get the desired outcomes. So now is the time when you do not have to wait till you become perfect, but move forward. The other thing that you need to develop is the learning agility. You need to keep yourself up to date with what is happening around you. You need to keep getting that new knowledge, and you will see whenever you attend the sessions conducted by IAC and Cloud Counselage, this is one quality that we will be talking about throughout. This is one skill that we would ask you or urge you to build, because this is how you would be able to cope up with what's happening around you. You need to be resourceful. You cannot complain that I do not have certain things. You need to achieve with whatever you have. And as you move forward, it's the same. Like when you take action, you will be able to achieve the benefits. You need to be resourceful in thinking that what is it that is with me and what best I can do from whatever is available with me. You have to take ownership. What can I do next? Right? That should be your question, because that is what will give you an edge over others, and that will make you think in a different way and give you a competitive edge. And at the same time, you need to build for impact. How can I make lives better? I'll show you, few slides down the line, I will talk about some of the organizations also. So when you think big, this is something that we also get from our founder Tushar, that you need to have a look at the bigger picture. You have to think big so that you will be able to then do better things when you are thinking big, right? So you have to understand what is it that what's the impact that you can create. Now, when you start thinking on these lines, you automatically develop the builder's mindset. All right. Now, for those of you, maybe you have, this term might be new for you guys, so we can have a quick assessment. I do not need any answers. You do not need to type in anything in the chat box. This is for you guys to reflect upon these statements and the questions, and rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 5 for each of the statement. The first one is vision. So I hope you have your pen paper with you, or you can even use your phones for that matter. Try to rate yourself on each of this. For the vision, I have a clear future I want to create. I understand the problem I want to solve. I regularly turn ideas into experiments. I actively seek feedback and learn quickly. I take responsibility for outcomes. I continue despite setbacks. I want to create meaningful change. Now, there is no right or wrong answer to this, guys. You have to analyze for yourself. What is it? Where do you currently stand? Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes for this. This is not very time consuming activity. Just write, and I'll tell you how to count the score also. Okay. Since this is a workshop, we will have a lot of interactive things and a lot of exercises for you to work on, so that at the end of it, you will be able to achieve the desired outcome. All right. I think that much time is enough. This is how you calculate your score. Just sum up everything. If your answer to, suppose the first question is 3 and your answer to the second question is 5. So you have to calculate 3 plus 5, and that whatever is the total. Similarly, keep adding on the other the numbers for the other parameters also. If your score is between 30 to 35, you are an emerging founder leader. If it is between 20 to 29, you are developing the builder mindset. And if it is less than 20, then you have the opportunity to strengthen your founder habits. Okay. So if at all your score is less, you need not worry. There are certain thumb rules that you can follow. As I mentioned during the earlier slide also, you stop waiting for being perfect. Think about problems, not products. You have to look at AI as your co-founder and not your replacement. So you need to understand how better you can use AI. AI is not going to do what the statement means, is that AI is going to support you. Like in any company, the founder is somebody who has the vision, and the co-founders are somebody who will help the founder execute that vision. Similarly, AI will be your co-founder. It will help you to implement your vision. It's not going to be able to replace you. All right. Speed beats perfection. As I said, this is pretty much related to the rule number one. So you need to keep taking actions, whatever we discussed in the earlier slides. This is what it means. You need to work fast. You need to take actions, and that will also build your confidence while you are taking the actions. All right. And try to do something which is mission driven, because that is what will keep you motivated. That is what will keep other people to associate, that will lead to other people associate with you. So follow these rules, and then you will be able to improve your score. Try to evaluate this every now and then at regular intervals, so that you know where you stand today with respect to the mindset that you need for being successful in this era and in the future as well. All right. Moving forward, then there is an additional exercise that we are giving to the founders. So anyone who is more inclined towards building their own ventures, this exercise is for you guys. I'm not going to wait for you to do it now. You can take a screenshot of this uh, and try to answer these questions. All right. So that you get the values, you get the direction that you would want to move forward in. All right. I hope everyone has taken the screenshots for this as well. Now we're moving to the next section that we have, which is about vision statement. As I mentioned at the start, we will try to discover your vision. We will try to then validate it, refine it, and also help you to communicate it at the end of it. All right. So as we talk about this session, first of all, because we have quite a few other sessions also coming up in the weeks ahead, we would want to know a preferred time slot that you guys would want to join the sessions on. All right. We have a session planned on 22nd, which will be at 11 o'clock. This is a Saturday. But for the rest of the sessions, we thought it would be useful for us if we get the preferred time slots from you, and then we will be able to. So the team is launching a poll, and you guys can please quickly answer on that, and then we will move forward with the rest of the session. Okay, there are quite a few attendees, but everybody please try to give us these sessions, because then we will be able to pick up the right timings, and we can make the most of you guys being in this session. I think there are still many of you who are pending to vote, so please guys start voting. Okay, amazing. So we'll keep this on for another 1 minute, I think. Is that okay, team? Again, this is just a perspective, guys. So please feel free to quickly answer this so that we can move forward with the session. Thank you. 1 more minute and we will move to the rest of the slides. Okay, are we good to end the poll then, team? Or we want to give them some more time? Now, these preferred slots are something that we are asking for all the sessions which are beyond 22nd of August. As I mentioned, that the session for 22nd August is already fixed from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as you can also see in the poll. All right. And since I'm sure there will be other participants who will be seeing these recordings as well. So for them, these polls will be there for another couple of weeks on our WhatsApp channels, on the IAC chat rooms and the feed also. So please feel free to share your preferred slots with us. And I think with that, we will move forward with the session. All right. So, firstly, when we are talking about vision statement, we have been engaging with a lot of individuals at all levels, right? From college students to young professionals, experienced professionals, even entrepreneurs, somebody who's willing to be an entrepreneur, or they are already entrepreneurs. So, what we have observed is, people who are clear about what they want to achieve, they have been really successful in their careers. And especially if any of you are trying to be an entrepreneur, having a vision is really important, because once you have that clarity, as I mentioned earlier also in today's session, you will have all your efforts will go in the right direction. Otherwise, your efforts could go wasted, right? And like Steve Jobs also had mentioned, that if you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you, right? So the motivation and all of these bits that people talk about, that will come automatically when you have this clarity of where you want to be. And that is why we are emphasizing so much on having a vision statement before you actually start building on anything, right? As I said, even if you're a job seeker, or you are somebody who is trying to be an entrepreneur, for both this is valid. Okay, the career direction is really, really important. Now, what is a vision statement? It needs to answer this question: if I succeed, what will be different in the world? Right? So it gives you a clear description of what you want to be in the future, what you want to do in the future, for whom you want to do. That is what your vision statement is. And once you discover that, it becomes very easy for you to make the right choices. Okay. Now, how do you do that? We will have certain exercises, but the major four ways in which you can think for the vision that you want to have is build something or think of something that you really enjoy doing. You must have seen or heard people talking about, picking up your passion as your career. Uh, but that is not when they say passion, it's something that you enjoy doing. All right. Other things is how you can know what not to do, is also a good way to build your vision. That is eliminating what you don't like. All right. You can also then include what you would regret not doing. If you are thinking of doing something and you feel that if I don't do it now, maybe 5 years down the line I would not be happy for not doing it. So try making that also part of your vision. And if all of this also doesn't give you a clarity, just simply keep doing what you do best. Think about what people appreciate you for, think about why people come to you, and based on that, you can keep on doing those same things, so that in the process, you will achieve that vision or that purpose that you want to work for. All right, so these are at macro level, this is how you can go about developing your vision statement. There are various, I have just shown 4 over here. These are very popular frameworks that you can use. The Ikigai Golden Circle by Simon Sinek. Then there is this BHAG, which is a big, hairy, or audacious goal. So that's another framework. You also have future back thinking framework. So these are some of the popular frameworks that you can use for your developing your vision statement. Now, these things are easily available on the internet, so I'm not dwelling deep into each of the framework. If you want to use any of them, uh, for me, golden circle is the easiest one because there are not too many parameters within that. So I generally start any topic, any work that I want to do. I only focus on the why, what, and how aspect of it. And it just comes out fine for me. But uh, different frameworks will work for different people. There are more than these four also. You can look into any of them to start with. All right. But these are just to give you a sense of what sort of tools are available for you to develop that. Okay. Now, if you remember, we were talking about the builders. The last point when we were talking about builder mindset was building for the impact. Now, you would see, now I've listed few of the organizations. Again, these are very few and very well-known organizations to everybody. Now you can see, look at their vision statements. Microsoft empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So they are talking about everybody. They're talking about population scale. They're talking about planet. That's the bigger goal that they want to achieve. That's the bigger vision that they want to achieve. If you're looking at Tesla, they're talking about again the world, accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So they're thinking at a bigger scale and want to do something good for the society. Now, Google says organize the world's information and make universally accessible and useful. Airbnb says create a world where everyone can belong anywhere. Right. So you can see that everybody is thinking on a larger scale. The canvas is very wide. Now, people might argue that okay, these are big organizations; they can think big. But I would argue it, or I would say it, take it in a different way, that these organizations are big because they had a bigger vision, right? So the bottom line is that we need to think big and have bigger vision. Now, how do you get to that is something that we will see in the next slides. So let's do this exercise. If the team can put this prompt in the chat for the participants to copy paste it in any of the GPTs that you use, whether Copilot, Claude, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, any of the ones that you use, you can put this prompt, and all of these interests, the problems, your skills that you have, all of these inputs you can give in the prompt and then run that prompt to see what you get from it. Since we are in the AI age, let's just start with this. It will be relatively simple rather than thinking on each of the parameters. So take 5 minutes to actually develop or discover your vision rather. This is more of a discovery exercise. We will build and refine it in the coming slides. I think even the team members can try doing these exercises. It will be really helpful. So each one of us can get some output from this workshop. So I would just suggest that you need not think about multiple interests or multiple problems. You could just start with any one specific thing that is very close to you, and then you can see the output that you're getting. All right. So that will help you to get the results faster and at least have something with you. As I said, don't wait for this prompt to be perfect. So that's the builder mindset again. So start with minimal inputs and see what you're getting. Okay, and it's a mere copy paste again with few inputs. And again, these all things are for you guys. It is not something that we will ask you to submit or put in the chat box. All right. So this is more for you to understand your own vision. It need not be shared with us at all. Okay, since this is a very easy exercise, I think you can look into that. I will move to the next slide given the time constraint that we have as well. Now, based on whatever you have discovered, you can use this template, which is here. The team can copy paste the template for the participants to use and create the vision statement. These are few parameters only that you can put in. This is for now. If you want an elaborate vision statement, we have also added a template for it, which you can get from this QR code. So you just have to be part of the workflow and you can download all the templates that you would have for the workshops that are going on. So to start with the vision statement. All right. I'm also sharing an example that will help you to build these statements. All right. You can also take a screenshot if you want to spend more time on this. Take a screenshot and try to develop the statement. Okay, that is an example as well. This example is pretty much what we are doing at Cloud Counselage. So when we try to develop our vision statement, we thought of all of these things. We believe that quality education should be accessible to everyone. So when we say education, this is more of opportunities. May it be internship opportunities, may it be entrepreneurship opportunities, may it be opportunities to get industry trainings, etc. And that's why the industry academia community. So we wanted a platform where we nobody is restricted, irrespective of the economic strata or their skills. They still have something to do on this platform. So even if you look at our global professional internships, we do not have any selection criteria in them. Anybody, if you want to work on any of the 54 domains that we have, you can pretty much join the platform and take up that internship. No one is going to interview you or no one is going to test your skills before you join the internship, right? So you can build anything that you want. So that with that belief, we had started. And then I am committed to solving skill inequality among the youth. That is pretty much what I mentioned. And through AI powered learning solutions, I will help students gain industry ready skills. And that is what pretty much our super app, the quantum AI based super app, is also doing. And my vision is to create a future where geography and economics no longer limit the opportunity. So we want to have this platform. In fact, IAC is a platform that gives equal opportunity, as I mentioned, irrespective of your economic strata or wherever you are based. All right. So we have actually solved this problem of tier 2, tier 3 city students or young professionals or freshers not getting the opportunity for jobs or for internship. That is something that we have already solved via the IAC platform and the Global Professional Internships Initiative. And what success means to us is enabling 1 million learners to build sustainable careers. So by end of this year, in fact, we have a vision to have 1 million people being part of this community and have come out of unemployability as well. All right, so please take this example while refer this example while you're trying to build your vision statement as well, plus all the aspects that we mentioned on the earlier slides. And as I said, for the elaborate vision statement, you can go to this QR code. I think the link is also shared by the team in the chat. I hope that's already done. Okay, amazing. Thank you, guys. Now, how after you have looked at each of or have filled in these blanks which you see here, how do you check if your vision is good or not? These are some of the questions you need to answer on your own. Does this focus on impact rather than features? Does it inspire others to join the mission? As I mentioned that, if you're working for impact, automatically you will have people who connect with you, who would want to associate with you. And can it guide decisions over the next 5 to 10 years? Okay. Then does it define who benefits from this? Is it larger than a single product or a startup? And does it excite me enough to pursue despite challenges? If your answer to all of these questions is yes, your vision statement is good enough to start with. All right. You can also test your vision with others, that is your potential customers, investors, mentors, and team members. Okay. So you can give this particular prompt to any of the GPT that you are using and see how they are reacting to the vision statement that you have created. Okay. That will give you a sense of how people would react to what you're trying to build. Okay, whether it is a pet project or whether it is a startup idea. Use this prompt and you will get the answers for that as well. And your vision statement gets tested. So as I said that the objective was not only to help you discover, but we also wanted you to validate whatever you're creating is good enough or no. So this is something that will help you to validate. All right. Now, based on the inputs that you're getting, based on the feedback that you are getting, you can then optimize your vision statement such that you get a satisfactory validation from the stakeholders. Okay. For each of the role, you will have these questions being answered by the GPT. I hope this prompt is shared with everyone in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you can have all of these saved, guys. Just in the interest of time, I'm moving fast with the other slides as well. And yeah, when you are getting the output, how you know till when you have to define your vision statement is till your customers say that this solves a problem that I care about, till your mentors say that this is meaningful and achievable, until the future team members say that I would join this mission. Okay, that's when your statement, your vision statement gets validated. Now, again, as we approach the end of this session, you can think about this first question that I had shared with you guys, that if AI can help everyone build faster, what is going to be our competitive edge? Right? So the vision is something that definitely is going to be a competitive edge, because products may change, technologies will evolve, markets will shift, but the founder's vision will stay. All right. So with this session and with all the tools and the templates that we have shared with you today, you should be able to develop your vision statement and your founder's manifesto as well. If you are somebody who's trying to build your own venture, these two templates are available for you, and you can create these deliverables. Okay. So the next workshop is for you guys to understand how do you identify problems that are worth solving. So again, this is also going to be an interactive session, an expert-led session, and where you will have similar reinforcement tasks. There will be very interesting reinforcement tasks over there as well. And this is going to happen on 22nd of August at 11 a.m. IST. And the links for this will be available since you are now already on the platform. You will get the notification for this on your emails and also in the feed and the chat rooms, I believe. So if you have joined the WhatsApp channel or the Telegram channel, you'll get the notifications there as well and all our social media platforms. Tomorrow, for those of you who are part of the Dolphin Tank India initiative, we have a session between 6 to 7 p.m. So if you have completed your vision statement, if you need feedback or if you need any support to develop that vision statement or the founder's manifesto, we will be working with you. We will be giving you one-on-one feedback once you share that with us during the session. So for the mentorship and for the query resolution, you guys can attend this session between 6 to 7 p.m. tomorrow. And this would happen on every Wednesday. So everything that we discuss in this particular workshop, you will be able to showcase that during the session. And if you're facing any difficulties in delivering those tasks, you can then discuss them with us. All right. And I think the link is again shared in the chat. If not, if the team can please share that link in the chat. That's where you can join the workflow also and you will get to. I think that's it from me. I hope you have got enough tools to create your vision statement. If there are any questions, we will be open to take them. Please put them in chat. What I would do best for you guys is to share the QR code that you can use and also this vision statement template so that you can even try to work on that. Okay, this is the QR code that you can be part of and attend the meetings, and you will get all the templates over there. Do we have any questions? Anybody from the team, do you want to share any of your thoughts, especially for the founders or anything with the builders mindset also? Please feel free. Tushar, Smitesh, Subi, any of you? Sanchita, at the moment for these particular activities, we have this timings only, but you can share your preferred timings and we will see if we can accommodate, if we have many such requests, we will try to see if we can accommodate that. If I'm not wrong, Sanchita, you had been our intern for product management and digital marketing. To let me know if it's the same one. I think it was a couple of years ago or a year ago, maybe. Yes, Mitesh, meanwhile, you can take it over.
Just wanted to share one important thought that, as mentioned, don't try to perfect the product. Just ensure that the vision statement which is there caters to a larger audience. Don't try to perfect the product. Create an MVP. Create a critic mass who is going to test your product. Not everybody is just going to say yes, yes, yes to your product. So just ensure that, and don't think a failure is what it is. So once you get the feedback, this is a stepping stone near to the success. So I always say that with every step of feedback or a setback, it is a stepping stone to the success. You go closer and your product becomes perfect or your idea becomes perfect. That's how it works. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to share.
Thank you, Smitish. I think we have a question from Amit then. Why is vision statement necessary? Should we not start with problem first and then make vision later? So if you look at the parameters within the vision statement, Amit, you will see that problem is a part of defining the problem, is part of defining the vision statement as well. Right? So what are you trying to solve? Again, what is it that you are passionate about? What is it that you would want to dedicate time to? Now, this is pretty much, if you can see the second line, which is I'm committed to solving. So while you are trying to develop your vision statement, by default, you have thought of the problem that you are trying to solve. Okay, but how you want to solve it is something that your vision statement will help you to, because there could be hundreds of ways of solving one single problem. Which is that one way you are choosing? That is something the vision statement will define for you. Thank you. Okay, Sanchita, so nice to see you after a long time. Thanks for joining. It's always a pleasure to get our interns back in the session and engage with the community. Thank you so much. Sanchita, what you could also do is, while you are in the session, you can also type in your preferred time for the query resolution session, so that we can also look at other requests and then maybe fix up something. Any other questions? Have we got anything from the YouTube also? We can post it here in the chat, or the team members can share it. Okay, while we wait for, okay, Sunday is the best. All right, Sanchita, Saturday or Sunday. Okay. All right, we'll be having the sessions at least on Saturdays. So obviously, we're more than okay to have, if the time permits, we'll be happy to share the feedback during these sessions also. If somebody is volunteering to put their work in the chat or share it on the screen also, we're more than happy to give our comments then and there during the session also. Okay, Akash, thanks. We will keep that in mind. Sunday works better for everyone, I think. All right. I can either both of you have said Sundays. Is it first half, second half? What works better? Okay. So do you think even having these sessions on Sunday would work better for you guys? Anybody? I mean, I can see there are quite a few members who are still there. So I mean, if you can give us a show of hands for everyone who, for whom, who prefers to have the sessions on Sunday in the first half. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer, guys. It's just a preference. So please feel free to raise hands. Amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Akash, Namanpreet, Shrikant, Sanchita. Okay, great. We'll definitely discuss it internally and see how we can accommodate that. Do we have any questions in the chat then? Okay. Okay, Sharon. A common dilemma for early stage founder is whether to prioritize high unit economics through a premium offering or maximizing user adoption or market penetration. At what stage does one strategy make more sense than the others? Sure, you would want to answer that. I think this is something that you're very passionate about this freemium or premium and user adoption versus market penetration. Are you still there with us, Tushar? Is Tushar there?
No, I think Tushar has dropped off.
Okay, so no problem. Again, it would depend upon how much you can fund your initiative, right? If you are building something which is at a mass scale. So, for example, if we're taking Facebook, especially when you are building something in the new category, trying to create a category or something which is very different from what is already there in the market, then user adoption becomes. I think he is sorry to break my
Yeah,
conversation,
just
but
joined.
I think we need to unmute. Yes.
Yeah, hi guys.
Okay, you want to take this, Tushar? We have a really nice question. I think you would be the
Yeah,
best to answer that.
so I actually just missed that one because it just
You want me to
threw
repeat
me
it?
out. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
can just
So
repeat the question, please.
yes. So the question is, Tushar, that as an early stage startup, what should be the priority? High unit economics through a premium offering, or maximizing user adoption? Basically, whether freemium or premium is more important is something that they want to know. And how do they decide when to go for premium and when to go for freemium? Tushar?
Suraj, can you please unmute Tushar?
I think he's not there.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Okay, yeah. Yes, Tushar. You heard the question?
Yeah. So if you can just repeat it again, please.
So they're asking, how does an early stage startup prioritizing between user adoption and then making revenue? Whether they should focus on user adoption first or making revenue.
Yeah. So what we have done in our company, I can tell you that and I think we can actually have that edge. If you actually adopt what we have done in the last say 5-6 years of us being right. We have not concentrated on making business. You're trying to make a business model of $5 billion, right? So if you have a bigger vision in life, or in your startup, you would actually like to first first try to give things absolutely free of cost, to our to your audience you're targeting, right? And you should not be business first, right? That is what I would suggest, as a social entrepreneur. But it would actually be very helpful if we just concentrate on building the value, and and not just business, right? So when you give something for free of cost, and see people how they accept your product, you generate value, you generate trust in the process, right? And what we have done in last say 5-6 years, we were not trying to, like I said, we were not trying to make business, but we were trying to make business model, which is worth which would be worth of $5 billion, right? We had added value in the last say 5-6 years. We have been working on this project and this company for the last 10 years now. The first 5 years was kind of part time with our jobs and freelancing and all that. The last 5 years, we were actually working full time on onto this, right? We kept on adding value, right? And our company valuation now stand at 400 crores, by the way, right? That post money. So we had pitched our company to the VCs in the US, right? With the model we have built, right? By giving our product absolutely free of cost, to this kind of traction, we have got this 5 lakh plus people across 70 plus countries, right? So just by that, just by that attraction, premium, not premium, right? We were able to generate value of 400 crores, right? Which we had, pitched our company to the VCs, and they have accepted the idea, and they have validated our valuation, right? So that is how you first create value and make the VCs believe, right, that we can actually scale big time, and make the VCs validate your valuation, which you have been working on last, say, 5 6 years, right? So you have to have that patience, right, and conviction, right? So today's session was on vision, right? So when you have ideas, you would have many ideas, right? You will pick one, right? And when you mature that idea into, when you mature that idea, it becomes a vision, right? Vision is a direction you take, based on the idea, right? So you will have many ideas, but when you pick one of those ideas and mature it, it becomes a vision. That is that is the direction you take in your startup, right? Where you want where you want to take your startup in the next, say, 5 years or 10 years. For me, I would like to take my startup, to, from the business point of view, would like to take my startup to $500 billion in valuation in the next 5 years, right? In order to do that, like I said, if you have that kind of big vision, right, you should be able to give some things up, right? So, I'm talking about the business. So if you are not a business first company, right, you would think of creating value, right? When you think of creating value, you will start adding value to your startup, right? And every year, every month, you would start, adding value to your startup till your valuation becomes, maybe $1 million, right? Or like our company has grown to 400 million, sorry, 400 crores right now in terms of valuation, right? So that can be kept as an aim for you, to target, right? So if you add value, your valuation is increased, and basically you don't sell a product, to your end customer, but your first customer, if you think, should be your VC or an angel, maybe, right? Right. So when you add value to your company, when you increase your valuation, right, you should think your first customer to be a VC, maybe, or angel, who's going to invest in you, right? So we had raised 40 crores for 10% equity, from the VC in the US, just by premium product, not premium. It was absolutely free of cost, right? Yeah. So that is our case study of Cloud Counselage. If you want to gain something, some spirit from that, some examples from that, you also can connect with me on LinkedIn, right? And our team is there to guide you guys, right? We want you to build your own companies, in a manner that we have built, right? Not to go business first, right? But to add value first. Yeah. And maybe if you find a cause, you can relate to, it should be a cause first company, maybe, if you want to take your business model to population scale, right? Not just India, but worldwide. India needs, startup founders like those, who can take India to the next level with the global markets, right? That is exactly what we are trying to do at Cloud Counselage, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tushar. Thanks for that. I think just summarizing what Tushar is trying to say is, pretty much when you have freemium users, you are trying to build a model that can then be easily scaled because and when you scale such a model where you have achieved that sort of saturation, the losses would be lesser. So generally, you will see that the startups which are trying to make money early, they are very much loss making. Though we say that they are investing, but the losses are very high even when the duration of operations, if you're looking at them, right? So even after 10 to 12 years of their generating revenue, the losses will be very high. So if you want to minimize that losses as a business, it is important that you build the model. I understand we said that you don't have to perfect it, but at least we need to bring it to a level where we will be thinking from the business perspective, make lesser losses. So that's how you can prioritize, Sharon, from what Tushar mentioned. I hope that answers your question. We will have these workshops, more workshops on each of the things moving forward, Sharon. So we will be discussing this in more detail and give you a structured approach on how you can prioritize these things over the period of time. We are going to have these sessions until 31st of October. So on each and every topic that is relevant for the startup founders or for individuals who are looking for jobs, we will be talking about all of these. All right. I think with that, we should be good to end the session unless we have any other question. Thanks. We're glad we could answer your questions, Sharon. Is there anything else that we need to share with the participants before we close the call? Anyone? ISC team? What else?
No, I think we have shared everything.
Sorry, Smitesh couldn't get to.
We have shared everything.
We have shared everything, right? Okay, amazing. Then, guys, please feel free to join the workflow on this QR code that is shared, and also the team has shared all the templates with you in the chat, all the necessary links that you would need. So I think we will meet again on 22nd, and some of you tomorrow as well. So feel free to come up with your output for the vision statements tomorrow in the session at 6 p.m. We'll be happy to see you guys. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And again, as we mentioned, the next session will be on 22nd of August. And we'll see you around then. Thank you. Thanks, everyone from the team also.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Tushar, Smitesh, Sudhi, and everyone from the IAC team.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks
You
a
take
lot.
care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
There
you.
is a question on the recording.
Yes, Sanchita, you will be getting the recording. So if you go to this workflow, the recording will be available there. Okay, the QR code which you can see on the screen. All right, so this similar to how we had this workflow for the internships when you did it, we have this for the mentorships as well. Thank you.